Hey people, what's going on? Welcome to Real Tough Talk. Tough Talk.
How is that even possible?
Tough Talk.
Whoa! Stephen J. partner goes,
Show some respect. You did not answer the question.
he's a bad man.
Bad man.
He's a bad. He finally said it.
The slipper's gone. The dress has holes in it. The cart turned to Tough Pumpkin again. So what else you gonna do?
I guess this team couldn't cover a twin mattress with a king size sheet.
Lights out season.
Lights out for you. Let's get as quick into the game as possible because I am not staying in this wig longer than I have to.
I want to part. Play it out, bro, while you're talking this guy. People. What is going on? What is the deal? I'm so blessed and humbled to have you with us today. I'm Stephen J, here with my partner Ghost, and welcome to another episode of Real Tough Talk. This is the BQFL playoffs, as we do the Final Four and the chip games.
And I remember us being here at this very moment last year and having some good games that we were able to showcase. Some returning champions trying to repeat. So it's exciting to see a lot of the teams that played last year. Some of them, weren't here in this high position before, trying to get to that chip and finalize their season.
I want to thank the teams for bringing us in, asking us to do it. Definitely the teams worked with BQFL to get us here. And we want to send a personal thank you to the commissioner, the league, the players, the coaches, all the guys that had us in here doing what we love to do, entertain you guys. Now that we got all that good stuff out the way, we're going to jump into the first game we want to talk about. Now, this is going to be Sour Factory versus the Misfits. Now, listen, Sour Factory is coming off of a bye. They won the division. They were the number one seed. And that's the way you do it if you're going to defend your title. This team is led by Mimi. We see him last season win the championship MVP. And this guy is definitely a game changer. They got other nice weapons like Ruben, Chris. They got a lot of good weapons. Shaq at the giver position. And, their quarterback is the one that they kind of go as far as he can take them. And their coach, Sticky, very young. I'm not going to say young as far as the coaching position. Very good coach, definitely learning the game. And he leads this whole bunch as they bring it into defend their title.
And like we said before, like you said, they have a lot of star power on this team. They have a lot of veterans that have been in this position before, especially in the Final Four. So these guys should know what it is already. They won a championship last year, playing, getting through by the skin of their teeth last year. I remember that. And, they got to find a way to complete the season again this year, not making the same mistakes last year that gave the other team opportunity to beat them and ultimately finalize and get that championship. They got to make it a little bit easier this year than they did last year. That's my opinion.
Well, before we jump into the next team, I think they did that by the acquisitions they made with the guys from Next Level.
Next Level, yeah.
Those are some great pickups that they made. Them guys has carried them, led by their guy, Lou. These guys are talented. These guys are playmakers, and they helped this team get even better than what they were. So definitely want to throw that shout out. Great pickup by Sticky and the rest of these guys to pick up those dudes to not only lock up their number one position, but he'd be back in a title game to defend their title. Now they play a Misfits team who coming in after beating the Little Rascals last week, 45-36. Now the Misfits are number 4 seed, but this team is very talented, led by the guy who brought them all together, Mr. T. He's a guy, he's humbled a lot more than he used to be. He was kind of a knucklehead. Now he's a real leader. He brings his guys together, and they got a lot of talent. Manny, Shuggy, TP, a guy that I've seen grow and I've coached. Definitely a good player, but they're led by their quarterback, Chino. Now, let me tell you something about Chino. He has fun out there. He does his thing, but he's very talented and capable of making every throw on the field. The problem with Chino is what makes you laugh usually makes you cry when it comes to him.
And pretty much giving emphasis to that is you always say when you're able to make every throw on the field, that's when you make more mistakes, because in your head you believe you can make every throw on the field. And a lot of times with Chino, he likes to take risks. He likes to go downfield. He likes to make that big play. That's just his style. And a lot of people may not like that, but I am one person that is in the mentality of, if this is what got you here, then you cannot knock what he does. This is what he does. This is how he gets into the end zone. This is how he helps you win games. So ultimately, it's all about living and dying with Chino's play, success or fail.
And just like we talked about the key factors that we thought was going to be the guys from Next Level that joined Sauer, I think the key factor of this team has to be Killer. This guy is a playmaker. He's one of their best players. Also, another great guy who I kind of get on sometime is X. X is a guy that I think can be playing in the A division, but he's a little bit inconsistent when it comes to contact. To me, no disrespect before I say it, he is a poor man's Pablo from the U. You know what Pablo could do? They got about the same size. They make their money above the rim. They go get the ball. They're both kind of quiet, but we know Pablo's a playmaker. He's dominant on both sides of the ball. He makes plays on both sides of the ball. And I think X has the capability of being that player, but he's just not consistent enough.
I mean, I think that Pablo has a few inches in height over him.
A little bit more, but they're
a little bit. But
right.
I think that Pablo has more of a stature to him. I think X is a smaller guy, but he is just as athletic when it comes out there, when it comes to it. But like you said, inconsistency, him not be able to catch balls out of contact, those things hurt him. And because he's not able to consistently make that play where he is that guy you go after, that's what hurts his game, and that's what brings him down below the level of a lot of guys you would compare him to.
All right, so we're going to jump into this game. Like I said, Sour Factory coming in the #1 seed and defending champions as they play the Misfits, who are the #4 seed. We're going to jump right into the game with Sour Factory getting the ball. First down at the 45-yard line. Chi throws a Mimi on the sideline, cuts inside past two defenders, gets by Jack, and runs it in for the touchdown. Timmy gets the extra point, 7-0, as Sour Factory, the defending champs, score right away.
The way that they won their championship last year is pretty much giving the ball to Mimi, and she recognized that, and right away he gives them the ball, catching the defense right off guard. They're not able to react in time to make the tag as Mimi runs across the field, and by the time you look, Jack can't get to him, and it's a touchdown right there, easy enough. And Mimi's done this so long that he's about to be the first guy you watch on the field. Because they don't do that right away, they make a mistake, and Mimi's able to get right on board with their first score there.
Well, Misfits get the ball back right now, led by Chino. First down, Chino on 5 rush, runs to the outside, pass Shaq, runs on the sideline all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. They miss the extra point, 7-6. Misfits jump back into the game. If you look here, Shaq gets caught as Chino cuts outside. Let me tell you something was disappointing about this play. Shaq is a former all-star in UFL. This guy, obviously we know he's on the other side of the hill, but this guy will win Giver of the Year this season. You cannot win Giver of the Year and get beat by a guy like Chino. This is embarrassing, and I would think that Shaq needs a walker, because there's no way Chino should be able to beat him to the outside. He does. And one thing about Chino, he surprised people with his ability to run the football. He can run. He's not a big-time runner, but once in a while, he'll turn it up, he'll get some yards, and he's able to score here using his legs. If I told you to use his legs, I know you wouldn't believe it, but he did, and they score 7-6.
And maybe the problem is, I think even Shaq was surprised that Chino took off the way that he did, and because he didn't expect him to run and take off like that, he gets caught off guard, and Chino has blockers on the sideline. They got some big guys on that sideline, so as soon as he takes off, they create a lane for him. He runs right into the end zone. Before Shaq notices, Chino's in the end zone for score right back.
So Misfits going to go onside, and they're going to give the ball to Sauer at the 30-yard line. This was a terrible onside. I think it was very unnecessary, especially when you just scored, and they're going to give him a short field. Second down, Chi throws to Ruben on the sideline for a decent gain, getting him to the 5-yard line. 3rd and goal. Chi finds D in the end zone for the touchdown. Mimi gets the extra point. 14-6. Sauer takes the lead even further. Let me tell you something. We got on Chi last season for struggling. This kid is on fire. So I always say, give people their flowers. He is looking dominant right now. He's moving the ball. He's getting the ball to his playmakers, and that's what a quarterback needs to do. And now they take the lead even further, 14-6. Misfits gets the ball back. 1st down. Chino on 5 rush is sacked by Lou. Nobody's open. Now, if you look here, I like the adjustment made by Sauer. They take out their defensive giver of the year, and they put in Lou. This guy's a playmaker. I said it. He can do it on all types of sides of the ball. He does it here. Big sack there. 2nd down. Chino throws a Shiggy on the sideline for a nice game, picking up a 1st down. Then Chino throws deep to Manny, open on the sideline, caught in the end zone for the touchdown. X gets the 2-point conversion. That's going to tie the game 14-14. If you look here, Ruben's at the safety. He slides to guard Jack and leaves Manny wide open. Let me tell you something. Manny is Chino's go-to guy. You cannot leave this man open. This guy could have multiple championships if he went to other teams. But he's a loyal guy. He's a homegrown guy. He stays with his team, and he's still capable of making plays. This is a great play. Ruben, if he's going to play safety, he has to be a little more smarter than that. He makes a mistake, chooses wrong, Manny beats it for a touchdown.
And the thing about this is lack of communication on defense. Obviously, Ruben goes to pick up Jack, but there's another defender there already. So they're not switching in time to pick up these receivers. And if they communicated on that side a little bit more, somebody will be to cover on Manny. But because they're switching and they're looking for the first receiver they see in their vicinity, nobody slides over to guard Manny. The worst thing you could possibly do, and Chino's able to find him for the 2nd touchdown of the day for them.
You got to give Chino his props. Again, when he makes mistakes, we criticize him, but this kid is on fire. And if he can play like this, he's going to get this team right into a championship game. Chi on 1st down. Throws a beat though, cutting on in the middle for a decent gain in the 1st down. Chi then finds Mimi wide open in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, X slides to guard the corner. Mimi's left wide open, 20-14. Sauer scores again. Once again, Chi is going to look for the mismatches. Chi is going to look for Mimi. He's able to find Mimi again. Mimi with his 2nd touchdown of the day, 20-14.
And the crazy thing about this is the exact same mistake that Misfits did on their defense. That helped Misfits get the touchdown is the same mistake that their defense made. They're not communicating. X slides over to guard another receiver. Nobody picks up Mimi. Why is nobody picking up Mimi? That doesn't even make any sense. You're supposed to have at least 2 guys following Mimi anywhere on the field, knowing where this guy is. They're giving him too much space. And this is Chi's bailout, and you're leaving them open for 2 scores in a row. What are they doing? Do they want to win this game? As long as they leave Mimi open like that, I don't think that they do, and they give him another touchdown right back.
Remember, it's 20-14 Sauer. After getting the 1st down, Chino with 2 passes in the gap for a nice game. 30 seconds left on the clock. 3rd and goal. Chino throws to Manny in the front of the end zone. The pass is caught, but Manny's flagged for the push-off. Chris gets flagged for the contact in the end zone. Offset, replay it down. And I think the call on Chris wasn't a contact. I think it was a hold. But tell me about both plays that you see.
Listen, I would say that this hurts both sides. I would say obviously this was a big catch by Manny, a potential touchdown that's taken back because of the push off. You clearly see it. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. He pushed off to try to get open, so that's taken back from them. This could have been yards sending them back for Sour Factory's defensive favor, but because Chris gets caught on the hold, it resets the play. This is an advantage that your defense could have had because of a mistake by Chris. It's placed right at the same spot for a replay of down.
Chris was frustrated. He went crazy, said he didn't do it. What do you think of the actual call?
I think that there was enough contact to merit the call. So at the end of the day, all of that contact, you're going to get a flag. You got to be careful with how much contact you're making in the end zone. It was enough for the ref to throw that flag. That's unfortunate for their defense.
That's going to take us to 4th and goal. 4th and goal, Chino finds X in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. TP gets the extra point, the 2-point conversion. It is 22-20. Misfits takes the lead. Now, this is what I'm talking about when I say Chino's very dangerous, when he got his head into the game. Manny just got called for a push-off.
Yeah.
He goes back to Manny again, and it's out of bounds. He doesn't get rattled. And instead of continue to go to his guy, he finds the next best thing in X in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. That is being consistent. That is being able to make a play out of nothing. If Chino can play like this for the rest of the game, Salwa's in trouble. And X has to be a factor because he's capable of making these plays. Chino is able to find him, and they take the lead 22-20. Salwa gets the ball back. They're not able to do nothing before the half. That's going to take us into the half, 22-20 Misfits. Tell me what you think about Salwa.
Right now, Salwa's looking good. Now, I wouldn't say the same thing about their defense. Their offense is looking good, but they haven't really been able to stop Chino yet. Chino has been, on his game, and they haven't found any way to stop him so far. But they have been answering right back and then some with 3 straight touchdowns by Chino. He's able to find Mimi twice early in the game. He's able to find D in the end zone as well. So he's doing what he got to do to get this team into the end zone. He's doing his job. The defense, though, has to step up in the second half. They cannot let Chino play as well as he is running in the end zone. That was ridiculous with that run that he had over Shaq. First of all, I like that they kind of adjusted with Lou, but they need him out there as a secondary defender because him at the ball giver is going to hurt their secondary. They need him out there. They need Shaq either to come back in or somebody to hold Chino in the pocket. Otherwise, they're going to be in trouble in the second half.
Listen, if I'm the Misfits, I'm not worried about this at all. Yes, these are the defending champs. Yes, this is the number 1 seed. But we don't care nothing about that. Do you hear our name? We're called the Misfits, bro. You think we care about this other team? We don't. What I like about what the Misfits did in the first half is they put up points. But Chino threw a touchdown to Manny. He threw a touchdown to X, and he ran one in. And you know what the key is that I said? No turnovers. He did not throw an interception. That's great. Now, the defense, yeah, the defense gave up 20 points, but against last week versus the Little Rascals, they gave up 36 points. Chino put up, they scored 45. This defense is going to give up points. That's just what it is. It's not a great defense. They're going to give up points. The point is that our offense carries us. This Sour Factory defense coming off of a bye ain't doing nothing. I didn't hear Chris doing anything but get called for a flag. I didn't hear Mimi making a big play because Chino's not giving Mimi the opportunity to make a big play. And these acquisitions that they made from next level that was supposed to help this defense get better, they got the best guy giving him the ball. So at the end of the day, this team is all over the place. I have to blame a little bit on Sticky's inexperienced coaching. He's not there yet. He's still learning because these are adjustments you have to make, especially when Chino's able to put up 22 points in the first half. He scored on every possession, didn't make a turnover. So we're going to have to jump right into the second half. After a short pass for first down, Chino throws deep to Manny in the back of the end zone, off target, incomplete. Second down, Chino throws a TP in the gap for a nice gain, getting him to the 10-yard line. This is what they got to do. Move the ball, and I'm glad that they got TP involved. Third and goal, Chino finds X in the back of the end zone. Jack is flagged for the push-off, 10-yard penalty. Tell me about the play.
Chino finds X, gets him in the end zone. This is a touchdown, but because Jack gets flagged for the push-off for offense, it's taken right back. Now, you don't want to make Chino do too much. He's doing his job. He is on rhythm, getting into the end zone. He did it again, and it's taken away by a flag. That is unfair to him, knowing that he's playing right now, knowing that he gets to blame whenever he makes a mistake. He's not doing that now, and guys like Jack are taking it away from him. They got to fix that because they cannot afford to make these mistakes when they're getting points here.
Chino on 5 rush, throws it up, knocked away, incomplete, nobody short. Fourth down, Chino throws it up again, incomplete, turnover on downs. They get stopped for the first time in the game, and that has to be very, very costly, that push-up by Jack, because they would have scored on that.
And that's unfortunate. Like I said, you don't want Chino to start making mistakes trying to force things and making things happen. He's on, like we said, before this drive here, they didn't stop him not once. And he got in the end zone in his drive. So he did his job. The fact that it was taken away from him, I cannot kill him on that. That's an unfortunate mistake on Jack's part, but they have to make do with this turnover here.
Second down, after getting the first, Chi throws deep to Anthony, and they got picked off by Killer. Misfits get the ball back. If you look here and light it up, Mimi is open, cutting on the sideline. He misses his main guy. He tries to make a play, which is we see Chi do. He tries to make a play and throws an interception after they just got the first down.
This is when you start seeing the quarterback mistakes that Chi often makes, that he doesn't need to make in key points of the game, and it hurts them, sending the Misfits right back after they got a benefit on defense. In that last drive, you send their offense right back on the field.
Second down, Chino throws short to TP, who shakes Chris and runs for a nice gain. Yo, listen, this is a guy, TP, who, if he could stay on this level, and I can say that about a lot of these Misfits guys, if they could stay on the mental level, they can make this play. They can make plays. He puts Chris in a blender. He shakes him in a phone booth. Great move by TP. Got him on this one. Great play there. Third down, Chino on 5 rush is sacked by Shaq. Now remember, you only get that run one time.
Yeah.
Shaq is in the zone now, not letting it happen again. Comes away with a big sack. After getting the first down, Chino on 5 rush throws the killer in the gap. Off target, picked off by Anthony. Sauer gets the ball back, but Chris is called for a block in the back, 10 yards back. Listen, Chris hasn't been playing great all day. He got called for a hold or illegal contact in the beginning. Then here you see him getting caught with a block in the back, an unnecessary block in the back, which cost them 10 yards. But let's not take away from the interception. This is Chino making a mistake.
Yeah.
I don't know who these guys are, because right now, Chino looks nothing like he did in the first half. Now, I'm not going to kill him because the first touchdown wasn't his fault. But again, this is this offense. And Anthony making a play. Anthony's not a guy who gets lost in the shuffle, but he's a playmaker. Comes away with a great play here, getting an interception, giving Sauer back the ball. Remember, the score is 22-20 Misfits. She gets the ball with a few passes in the gap for a nice gain and the first down. Third down, Chi with a pass to King on the sideline, who makes a nice catch at the 5-yard line. That is a great catch. I love the way he kept his feet in bounds and made the play. That's how you help out your quarterback. Great catch there. 4th and goal with blocker from Ruben. Chi rolls right, throws to Lou in the back of the end zone. Incomplete, turnover on downs. The question is, why didn't Chi run here? He has an open run to the end zone and does not take it. He actually steps over the line on the throw when he just should have took off. That's the problem that I have with his decision making. That is a huge mistake by him there.
And that ultimately comes to him in diehard situations. He has to make that decision. He has to be confident in his decision. And on that, it looked like he wanted to run, and then he stopped at the last second to throw. By the time he did that, he already stepped over the line. So that's just him being indecisive. You cannot be indecisive in plays like that, especially when you have a clear lane to run into the end zone. Yep. If you run and they stop you, nobody's going to be mad at you because at least you made the right decision. But he does not make the right decision. He doesn't take that risk to run the ball, and because of that, it ultimately leads to them turn over the ball.
Chino gets the ball back for this Misfits offense. He's going to take a shot downfield to X, one-on-one, incomplete. 4th down at the 40-yard line. Chino throws a TP in the gap, off target, incomplete, turnover on downs. Now we've seen Chino get stopped 3 times in a row. That is a big hiccup for this offense, who started off 3 touchdowns in a row. Now they've been stopped 3 times in a row.
And that is because, Chino trying to make a play downfield doesn't work. He gets 2 plays here, but then 4th down, he's not able to move the ball the way he needs to. And because of that, he's forced to throw the ball up. And listen, ultimately, it doesn't lead to nothing. He was on fire in the first half, and all of a sudden, he started to slow down. Then the other touchdown was taken from him. Now he's not able to get into the end zone. This is not a good look when you're battling with another team that has opportunity to who has the opportunity to run away with this game. So because they're slowing down, it gives opportunity for the other team to take up the momentum. They have to fix it and fix it quick.
Well, Chi gets the ball back. He throws to Anthony open on the sideline for a decent game. Then Chi with 2 short passes getting him to the 5-yard line. 4th and goal. Chi finds Lou cutting in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. 26-22. Sauer scores and gets right back into the game. If you look here, this guy Lou, that's one of their acquisitions from Next Level. And like I said, no disrespect to the bunch, he's the best player of the acquisitions. And he makes a great play here. She finds him, and that's how you get back into the game and take the lead.
Right when Misfits gives them opportunity, they take advantage and get to the score. And they find Lou finally gets into the offense. This is a guy who's a two-way player. He's been able to do this on the Next Level team. He's showing his talents here, showing that he could be a weapon on both sides, and she's able to find him in a key moment to get them into the end zone and get them the lead.
They go for the extra point. She throws a pass in the middle. It's knocked away by Killer, but if you look here, Ruben is wide open, and Chi misses him there. Chino gets the ball back. Chino with 2 passes for a decent game, picking up the first down. Then Chino throws deep to Shuggy, open in the middle, who gets to the 1-yard line. If you look here, Lou gets caught watching the quarterback, and Shuggy gets behind him. Listen, we all talked about Lou being good, but I don't think he could guard Shuggy. Shuggy's a vet. He knows how to get open. And one thing about Chino, he will fling that football all over the lot, and they attack Lou here, and Shuggy makes a great play. Chino finds. 2nd and goal, Chino's gonna run it in for a touchdown. 28-26, Misfits take the lead with 15 seconds left on the clock.
And the thing about that, just real quick, the extra point that Shower missed was a play that they could have had to force this Misfits team to go for an extra point. But because they don't get their extra point, all this Misfits team had to do was score. They do that. Now they have a 2-point lead. They're one defensive drive away from putting away this game.
She gets the ball. He's going to throw a short pass. Gets them to the 49-yard line. 8 seconds left. Then she, on 5 verse, throws it up out of bounds. Incomplete. If you look here, Anthony was open short on the sideline. He could have had a quick play. Then get a little closer. They don't. He just throws it up all or nothing. That's going to end the game. Misfits come away with the win, 28-26. Now, before we break down the game real quick, we're going to go to the interviews, talking to a few of the guys from Misfits and a few of the guys from Sour. We're going to be right back.
What's going on? Stephen J here with the Misfits, coming off a big win to Sour Factory. Shiggy, those are the defending champs. Yeah. What was the mindset coming into the game?
Just, any given Sunday, out. Any given Sunday, man. Any team can come out here and win this game, man. So, and we just stay together, man. That's what happens, man. That was a tough game with them, man. Shout out to them, man. That was a bullfight right there. That was a dog fight for real.
Chino played one of the best first halves that I've seen. What got him hot in the beginning of the game?
I guess like the hypeness of that team. Like when the team bring the energy, Chino gonna come with his energy, and that's just gonna fire the rest of us up. But we just gotta learn how to simmer down and stay in the game.
That's our quarterback.
TP.
That's our quarterback, but he fucked in the second half.
TP. Chino struggled in the second half though, but the defense seemed like they had his back. They didn't worry about it. They knew he was gonna be able to put the game away. What was the mindset for the defense today?
Hungry. Stay hungry. Always hungry. You know how my motivation. Man to man. Anybody can play zone. We love that man-to-man defense, man. I love it. I take whoever. You the best offensive defender, I'm the best defender. You know what I heard? Come at me, you heard?
Chino, you lit it up the first half, kind of got cold the second half, but was able to take the lead in the end. How did you keep your mindset in the game?
By scoring his last point to win the game. That's what I do, man. I'm just here to win a chip, that's all.
If I was to tell you this morning that you was going to have 2 rushing touchdowns, what would you say?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. All
right, we're going to thank them for being here. They sit down, wait for the next team. They're going to the championship. We see what happens. See you later. What's going on? Stephen J here with Sticky, coach of Sour. You came with a heartbreaking loss, defending champions. What happened in this game?
We didn't finish. We didn't capitalize on the mistakes. The defense played well. We got 2 stops in the second half, but my quarterback today, he just He just didn't make the plays he needed to make at the end. First half, he looked great. I
Right.
thought we was going to put up like 40 points. Then the second half, he just made bad decisions and bad throws.
How do you think your acquisitions of the guys from Next Level went this season?
Oh, that was great. That was great. They came, they played their hardest, they never complained. They was here every week, rain, sleet, snow, it didn't matter. They were accountable, and they're a great pickup for us. I don't want them to go nowhere.
Are you staying with your quarterback, being that he struggled this game? We see him struggle a lot of playoff games. He tends to get J.R. Smith style. When he's hot, he's hot. But when he's cold, he's cold. What's y'all going forward with him as quarterback?
Yeah, we gonna come back and listen. He's 1-1. It's not like he's 0-2 in the championship. He's 1-1. He lost in the Final Four. Now he's gonna see what he did wrong and not to do next time we make it to that. But we gonna ride my son, and that's it. We believe in him. We believe in him as a team. I believe in him.
We're gonna thank Sticky. Great coaching, great season. We're gonna see y'all guys in the fall. All right, brother.
All right, we're gonna thank them guys for being with us. 28-26 Misfits, they go into the championship. Now we talk about Sour. Look, Sour, #1 seed. Sour, defending champs.
Mhm.
Sour, got a bye. Sour, out the next round. I'm sorry, it was a wasted season. You win the title. You win the #1 seed to defend it. You get a bye, and you lose in the second round. You might as well say you lost in the first round. This was your first playoff game. I seen this team, I believe, last season play a wild card game and had to grind up, beat a next level team that they should have lost to. That wasn't the same Sour Factory team. They didn't look the same. She looked great in the first half. Looked terrible in the second half. He went 1 for 4 in the second half. Threw an interception. Didn't look good. Was very inconsistent. And, first half we saw a kid that we thought could grow and be better. And second half we saw the same kid we saw in that playoff game. Unfortunately, it exposed his head, and it shows that person is still in his body. The question is, can he get it out of his system? So the young quarterback with a title under his belt. So now we're talking about being a dynasty, not just winning the title.
Well, listen, Sour Factory, they had the opportunity early in the game, and they give it away. She started making some decisions that anybody would question. And this is because when it comes to it, she does not always make the best decisions that count when the game is on the line. As you saw on this play here, on the last drive of the game, he has 8 seconds left, and rather than get a short play, Anthony's open on the sideline here. He throws it up, and they could have had a closer play, probably even an end zone play. Who knows? But they had a lot of time to get closer to the end zone to make a better play of it. But he doesn't even think about that. He just tosses it up, showing right then and there he already gave up. And on that other play, when he was able to run into the end zone, he shows indecisiveness when he's running in. He had an opportunity to just try to run. If they tag him, listen, I tried. Nobody's going to get mad at him. But because he hesitated and decided to throw at the last second, not only did he make an incomplete pass when he didn't need to, but he gives up a play that was pretty much a penalty anyway. So even if it did count, it would have been a penalty and a loss it down. That would have been a turnover regardless because of his indecisiveness. And I think that in moments like this, the team, first of all, defense matters. Yeah, you could say, oh, this is just how they played and all of that. But at the end of the day, defense has to perform, because if not, it's going to put more pressure on the quarterback to make things happen. And she is not the person that always makes the sound decisions. So do not always force his hand to make that decision. You got to play better. On all sides of the ball, they didn't play in the second half the way that they need to, and it ultimately led to Misfits taking away this game in the end.
Shout to the Misfits. Chino played one of the best first halves I've seen him play in his career. Even in the second half, when he got the ball, it should have been another touchdown.
Mm.
But I believe that's when they got called for the push-off.
Yeah.
That cost him. Now, after that, he threw a big interception, got stopped, then ran in. Now, if anybody would have told me that Chino would have had two rushing touchdowns, I would not have believed.
Yeah.
At all. So shout to them guys. They're going on to the next round. They played well. They showed that they're dangerous. But just to PB back on Sauer one more time, their defense let them down. Allowed too many points in the first half, I believe, especially when you letting Chino run in the ball. And on the offensive side, you scored 26 points against a defense that gave up 36 last week. So, their ability not to put up points given the opportunities going 1 for 4 in the second half against a defense, like I said, that gave up 36 points, their defense that gives up points, it's a shame. And some of it has to go on Sticky. He's the coach. He's a guy that leads this bunch now. He has to learn to make some better adjustments on the fly. That's what I believe. And I think they will. The next level guys was a great acquisition, and shout to them. Misfits team looking good. Definitely looking good. Shuggy stepping up, making plays. Manny stepping up, making plays. This is a very dangerous team. And on the defensive side, their playmaker on defense is killer.
Yeah.
He got to be a guy that make turnovers. He got to be a guy that makes plays. And if you do that, then Chino's capable of anything. We're going to have to see what happens. We're going to wrap this one up with Misfits moving on to the next round and going to the championship as they eliminate Sour Factory, the defending champs, or I should say the former champs, 28-26. We'll be right back.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, peoples. Thank y'all for coming back with us. Real Tough Talk. Stephen J. Gold still here. Definitely. We're excited to bring you the second half of these games. Next games we're going to talk about is Damage versus Young Gods. Now, Damage is coming off of a win to the Bombers 18-0. They were the number 2 and Bombers was the number 7. And Young Gods beat Primetime 30-28. A lot of people say it was an upset. I don't call it upset because Primetime was the number 6 seed. Young Gods was the number 3 seed. But I think the way that they beat them with, I believe, Primetime up with the ball. And they allow, I think it was down 2 scores, and they allow Young Gods to get back in the game and win the game. That's what makes it seem dangerous. Now, the tail of the tape is the 2 quarterbacks. This guy, Case from Damage, has made this Damage team elite. This team came in late in the season, and they have been elite. They have made noise. They have made plays. This team is very capable of winning the championship easily. And they got a lot of playmakers. I think G being on the team, YMM guy, makes it seem formidable. They got a guy who a lot of players don't really like him. I don't know why they don't really like him. He's one of those guys that rubs you the wrong way when you play against him. And that's the guy, Rook. I just think he's one of those type of guys that if you're not on my team, I don't like you. So I think that's what it is. I think he's basically one of Damage's best player. This team is definitely got players, Zori, Ito. They got some players, but they're led by their quarterback. And on the other side, Young Gods. Look, they got Fish is their quarterback. They changed quarterbacks during the season. Fish has carried this team. They have played well. But you got to talk about the veteran presence they got on this team. Moolah, Machine, Los. They got some players on this team. So definitely they got playmakers. They got guys who can make plays. So this is a formidable team. This should be a good game.
And like you introduced Case, like you said, it's a new team coming in late in the season, and they are in the Final Four. So it's not a fluke. This team has the firepower to get it done. But they're facing against a young gods team that has a lot of talent themselves. And I gotta speak positively right off the gate about Fish, because I've seen Fish. This guy is multi-talented. He can play in whatever position you put him on the field. And he is a good quarterback to the point where when he gets hot, he is hard to stop. And this is the thing. He can take off with his feet. He can roll out. He can pass on a rollout. There's so much things this guy can do. And if you do not contain him, he can run away with the game on you if you give him the opportunity. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens between these two teams.
We're going to jump right into the game with YG's getting the ball. Third down at the 48-yard line. Fish throws to Peanut open on the sideline. That's going to be dropped. Fourth down, Fish throws to Kayvon in the gap, low, incomplete turnover on downs. That's not a way to start the game off, not a way to start a drive off. They're not really able to move the ball the way they would like to, and the damage is able to stop them, cause a turnover. Case at the quarterback. Second down, he's going to throw to Ashton in the middle. That's going to be dropped. Third down, Case throws downfield to G in the middle. High, picked off by Chris, giving the ball right back to YG's. If you look here, you have receivers open short. My thing is, I don't think Case needed to make this type of play. This was a dangerous throw. I don't know if he's having some jitters. I don't know if he's trying to make something happen, because they didn't do this all season the way he's attacking, and they throw an interception on their first drive.
But then you got to remember the last play, that was a big drop by Ashton here. Some good yardage that they gave up. So now Case feels like on third down, he had to make a big chunk happen on his drive, and because of that, he risks a throw here. It's off target, and the defense is able to capitalize with that interception here. It's like the virus is passing between teams, and guys are chopping the ball on both sides. So this is not a good look. No matter what quarterback you are, this is not a good feeling to have, and it forces an interception there.
Fish gets the ball. He's going to throw the Peanut in the gap, who shakes Jake and makes a run on the sideline. Nice game, picking up the first down. Let me tell you about this kid, Peanut. He's fire. He has a lot of energy. But this kid could not only make you miss, he could put you on a highlight film. And I'm sorry, you see over his head, Jake, you're on a highlight film. Welcome. Because Peanut puts him on the film. Great play there by Peanut. Next down, Fish on 5 rush, throws deep to Josiah in the back of the end zone. Caught over Jake in the end zone for the touchdown. 6-0. Young guards take the lead, and they're going after Jake. First of all, Jake is on a highlight here on this move, and now Josiah, in the back of the end zone, catches the ball over. Sorry, Jake. Once again, you're on a highlight. Makes 2 highlights on 1 drive. I don't think I ever seen this before, but that's a great way to start it. 6-0. YG.
And this is another playmaker that we did not mention that's on YG's right now. Josiah, very athletic player, can play both sides of the ball, but he's known to be a dynamic offensive threat out there. And because of that, this right here was a mismatch. And Fish noticed it right away, and he attacked Jake. Jake is not the fastest guy there. Again, leave my man Jake alone. That's not fair. He's out of position, and that's not really his fault. They got to adjust and recognize what receivers they're matching up with. They don't do that. They don't adjust. And Jake is there left on a highlight reel as Josiah jumps over him.
2 highlights in the same drive. I think that was better over putting Jake from State Farm in there, because this Jake wasn't working. So call it State Farm Jake. He may have a better chance, especially wearing the khakis. Case gets the ball. Case with 2 passes to G in the gap for first down, getting to the 10-yard line. Second and goal, Case finds Brook in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. 6-6, they tie the game back. I told you, Brook is that guy that he's like a villain. People don't really like him, but I like the fact that he makes plays. He doesn't like the refs. He doesn't like the other team. At the end of the day, he likes scoring, and that's what he does right here. 6-6.
And shout out to Case right here for not letting that last drive rattle him, not letting them scoring on their team rattle him. He comes right back in the next drive, and he's able to find his way to the end zone after a couple passes here. And this is the way you need a quarterback to play, not letting anything deter him from doing his job. And Case is that, showing why he's able to get them to this Final Four, and he's able to get them right back into the end zone.
Young guys get the ball. They're going to go 4 and out. Third down after a few short passes. Fish on 5 rush runs on the sideline for a decent game. Fourth down at the 15-yard line. Fish on 5 rush throws it up. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. 15 seconds left. After getting the first down, Case throws the G in the middle. That's going to be dropped. Last play before half, Case throws it up incomplete, taking us into half, 6-6. G got to make this catch.
Yeah.
If he can't make this catch, you don't need to be on offense. He's especially in this offense because it's not like EHS. It's not a 4-and-out league. It's a first down here. So yak yards count. You get more opportunities. This is why they have him here. He has to make this catch. He does it. Big drop. Could have got them closer down the field. They have to throw it up on last down. That's going to take us into the half. 6-6 tie.
And speaking about this damage team, I don't like that they're dropping so many passes. That's not going to be a good look going into the second half. They got to fix that up. G, a veteran in this game already, should know not to drop these passes. You can't afford to do that to your quarterback, because then after that, he has to make up for that loss of down by trying to make something bigger happen the next down. And that leads to risks. He already threw an interception already in this game. So the game is tied, so they can recover from this, but those drops have to be fixed in the second half. They cannot afford any more of that in the second. Otherwise, they have opportunity to give away this game.
Listen, YGs didn't play great the first half. They were 1 for 3. Fish was able to score on the second possession. This team got to be more consistent. Defensively, they got a very powerful number 2 seed damage offense looking flabbergasted. They don't know what they're doing or where they're going. So if I'm the YGs, led by Machine and Los, I am happy with the defense that we've been playing. We know Fish will get hot sooner or later. We just got to keep holding down the fort, and that's what they're doing. We're going to jump in the second half with Damage getting the ball. Case is going to throw the Zuri in the gap. That's going to be dropped. I don't know if this team had maybe some butter before the game or something, but they need to go Models and take these hands back because they're dropping way too many passes. Case then, next play is going to throw the Ray in the gap, who runs for a nice gain and a first down. They need to get Ray the ball a little more. The guy's fast and can make plays. Great play here by him, making the big gain after the catch. Case on second down, throws the G in the middle, getting to the 5-yard line. Now I got on G for the drop the first time. Wait for Case to come back to him, get him to the 5. Third and goal. Case finds Broly in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, the defenders are watching the quarterback while the quarterback is watching the receivers. I never understand this. People continuously do it, and they're continuously getting burned. G gets the extra point. 13-6. Damage takes him.
And that all started with Case finding Ray for that big offensive play in the first down. That kind of gave him that momentum back after that drop by Zuri. You see G, even though he dropped one, he had 2 passes that helped him score in the first drive, and they're able to use that to get into the end zone here. And the defense cannot be sitting there watching the quarterback because you're not seeing the receivers crossing behind you.
Always.
And because of that, this, like you said, we always see this happen. And because they get caught sleeping, Case is able to find Rolly in the back of the end zone for the touchdown here.
Second down, Fish throws a Hollywood in the middle for a nice game, picking up the first down. We haven't talked about Hollywood the whole game. And now he gets involved in his passive attack. We didn't even talk about it in the beginning. That's another weapon this YG team had. Great play by Fish finding him there. Second and goal after a short pass. Fish with blocking from Machine runs it into the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Machine leads the way. Let me explain something to you. When you got Fish, a known runner, and a guy named Machine, you may want to step up a little bit to help out with the little blocking. They don't do that, and Fish is able to find the end zone. They get Josiah gets the extra point, 13-13, tie game. After getting the first down, Case throws deep to Rolly, cutting in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. One strike play after getting the first down. I love it. If you look here, Rolly beats Josiah, as he cuts inside. Toon gets the extra point, 20-13. Let me tell you something. Rolly, with his second touchdown of the day, took Josiah, a guy that you say is athletic, to school. Yeah. He schooled him on this. Yeah. Listen, this is a mismatch. I don't understand who came up with this idea that this guy could guard him, because he showed that don't disrespect him. Because the way he beat this guy and the way he got in the end zone was embarrassing. It should have been thrown on a flag on Rolly for unnecessary play. That was unnecessary to embarrass another man like that. 20-13, damage.
Listen, at the end of the day, Rolly's shown that he is one of their top guys, and he's going to get into the end zone. Whenever they try to lock him up, he's going to get by him, and that's exactly what he's been doing. And Case needs to look for this man because they clearly cannot stop him. Everybody was saying on the field, he got in the end zone too easy on 2 plays, and they are right back in this game, tying the game here. And you may see more of that if they don't adjust real quick.
Right now, the score is 20-13 Damage. Damage throws the ball, and they're going to get flag contact on the fair catch. What do you think of the call?
They clearly made contact. I believe that was Mays, if I'm right, do not quote me. But because there's a clear fair catch, everybody should know, stay away from this man. Do not touch him. He should be the safest guy on the field. That's unfortunate that that's not the case. Everybody didn't get the memo. And you see that little bump, but that's all it takes. Even a finger touching his shirt is enough contact to merit a flag. You do not need to be anywhere near the fair catcher, but because they do that, that's the extra 15 yards given to the receiving team, and that puts them in good field position right there.
That is huge because now it's first down from the 30.
Yeah.
Fish is going to find VIP open in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. 20-19, they're chasing one. YGs are chasing one. And this is what happens when you make a huge mistake on special teams. They get Fish half the field where he's able to score. And another guy, VIP, we did not talk about in the beginning of the game. This guy has won multiple awards in this league, and he comes to it with a big touchdown, getting the back in the game. And if you look here, going for the 2-point conversion, Fish finds VIP again, cutting in the front of the end zone for the 2-point conversion. 21-20, they take the lead.
And first of all, listen, they gave up the touchdown. There's nothing you can do about that. But the 2-point conversion is more important than the touchdown. You would have the lead if you would have stopped this. But because they don't guard the front of the end zone, which is supposed to be the main thing you guard, force them to throw it over top. No, they don't do that. They let VIP slide in the front of the end zone before they react. Fish is able to give him the ball right then and there. He just scored. Why are you leaving him with space in front of the end zone? This is the worst case scenario for a team trying to hold on to the lead and to give it right away with the 2-point conversion here.
21-20, Young Gods. After getting the first down, Case throws a rolling on the sideline, low, incomplete. Second down, Case on 5 rush, throws Saray in the front of the end zone, off target, incomplete. Third down, Case throws him more on the sideline, that's going to be dropped. Fourth down, Case throws it up, knocked away, turnover on downs. That was the most pathetic drive I've seen in football. In football! And I've seen a lot of games. With the game on the line, chasing one, going incomplete, off target, dropped, throw up. Are you kidding me?
Listen.
I know this is Los's team. Los have been fine. This is a pathetic drive on a team that was able to move the ball all second half. They scored 2 touchdowns. Now they become to it down 1, and you don't know how to play offense anymore. That is a huge mistake, and they turn the ball over. Well, after killing the clock on 2 plays, third down, Fish throws a peanut in the gap for the first down, ending the game. YGs going to the championship to face the Misfits. They beat Damage 21-20. We're going to go to the coach, Los, from Damage and get his opinion on what happened, and then we'll be right back.
What's going on? Stephen J here with the owner of Damage, Los. What happened in this game? You seem to get hot, you seem to get cold. That team was very inconsistent. What happened?
It's miscommunications. A couple of guys came late. A couple of our key guys came late. A couple of guys are not here. We had, there's no excuse. We had the game. We won. We lost by 1 point. We scored some extra points. We win the game.
We seen y'all look very insufficient on y'all last drive. 2 big drops. Couldn't even move the ball. What happened in the final drive of the game?
Honestly, I wasn't in the huddle, so I don't know what happened on offense. I mean, I made a decision to bring one guy in, one guy out. It didn't make the game, you know what I mean? But whatever they were discussing in the huddle, I don't know. Some of the throws were bad. Some guys didn't catch the ball. It's just a team. It's all of the team all together. We all made some bad decisions.
What would you say about your team? You came in kind of late, went of a run, and even favored to win the championship. What would you say about your team coming into this late in the season?
None. We play football, and no matter where it is, whether it's casino, whether it's EHH, UFL, wherever it is, it's football. Just as different of some blocking. We've done this before. It's nothing different for us. We've done this before. So we come back. We may come back. We might not come back. But I mean, it's nothing new for us. They will say, "Oh, we're from casino." That don't matter. Just because there's no blocking, we beat most of the teams. You know what I mean? So that's all it is. It happens any given Sunday, right?
We're going to thank Los for being here with us. They made noise. We hope that they come back next season. They made a lot of noise coming late in the season. Imagine if they start in the beginning of the season. We'll see what happens. Talk to you on the side. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you, bro.
Shout to Los from Damage. We appreciate it. Hence time. We'll go over both teams real quick. First of all, Damage. Listen. They went 1 for 3 in the first half. But Case played great in the second half. That last drive was an anomaly. I don't put it on him. I've seen a lot of drops. I put it on the offense for not making plays, when given the opportunity. But I think it sucks to say this, but this team lost the game on one drive. This was a drive that put the game on. They lost the game on one drive.
Yeah.
This game is going back and forth. This is the way football is. But on one drive, they lost the game. I don't care about what nobody say. I don't care how it goes here. I don't care how it goes there. 4 passes, 4 incompletes, 0 for 4 on the last drive of the game. That's what lost in this game. That's what I feel.
And listen, you got to give credit to this young God's team. This young God's team was able to pull away with the win, regardless of all the mishaps that they had in this game. I believe, if I'm right, they scored their last 3 touchdowns in the second half.
No.
2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns.
Yeah. They scored most of their points in the second half. So they started to get hot just like the other team did, but they did it in the key moment to get them the lead. That last touchdown between with VIP and the extra point, that's just Fish knowing exactly how to get the ball to his players. Early in the game, he was able to take off and run when he needed to. And I give this to him and their offense because they kind of started off slow with a couple of drops, but they did not let that affect them throughout the rest of the game. Their defense made a couple good plays here, and you got to give it to them. This was a team game for them. This is a team win for them. Everybody stepped up when they needed to, and shout outs to them. They're going to the championship. They beat a damaged team that gave them a game. Even though they didn't play their best, they gave them a game, but young guys able to come away with the win to take them to the championship. Congrats to them.
Yeah, before I jump back on and congratulate young guys, listen, Damage dropped 5 passes this game.
Yeah.
And I'm going to rephrase. When I said that they gave up the game on one drive, I'll say 1 drive and a half, because you know why? They gave up a 2-point conversion in front of the end zone. On that 2-point conversion and on the follow-up on their next offense possession, that's what cost them the game.
I mean, that's a fig. Remember, you forgetting the whole onside penalty.
We could
put them in field position.
We could do all of that.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
They stop the extra point, they win.
True.
They complete 2 of those passes, they possibly win. So on 2 opportunities to put the game away, they failed. The offense could play the defense could play the offense, because the defense, after giving up a touchdown to VIP, gives up the 2-point conversion to VIP.
Yeah.
And the offense went 0 for 4 on their last drive. 0 for 4 on 4 passes. Well, if you don't complete a pass, how can you score? Unless they know a different way that I'm missing, unless you could complete a play, you can't score unless they know another way. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they thought it was a field goal kicker. Maybe they thought their Mac can score like when you score with a girl. I don't know what they were thinking. But in football, in order to win a game, you have to be able to advance the ball forward. And they couldn't on 4 passes, not even possessions. So this team kind of ruined it for themselves. They got to look at themselves in the mirror. Now, on the other side, young guys played great. This is a young bunch. This is young guys. They have a good time. They're led by they're not only their quarterback, their defensive captain. This is a very talented team. And they got guys we haven't even talked about. And led by Fish. Fish played a great game. Ran a touchdown in the second half, threw a touchdown pass in the second half after going 1 for 3 in the first half. Shout to them. You're going to be a great game between the Misfits and the Young Guards. Definitely two names that you're going to be like, these teams are going to clash. Something's going to happen.
Listen, that's going to be a big game. Two fiery teams, coming against each other. And I can't wait to see it. Now, I look forward to see how Fish is able to come away with another win, because I've heard, that a couple of his last games, including a couple of playoff games that he was able to seal a deal in his last drive. He was able to close the gap and put them in the lead to win the game in the playoffs. And he did that in this game. So I want to see if he's able to do that again when the chips are down, when the game is on the line. Can Fish deliver? I'm waiting to see that, to see if he's able to do so, because he's talented enough to do so.
All right, we're going to wrap this one up. YG's beating Damage 21-20. Make sure you check the next film. The next film will give you the championship game versus Misfits versus Young Gods and Storm versus East New York. Make sure you check that side out. We're going to be right back on Real Tough Talk.